NVIDIA's stunning win on Chinese sales, Grok wins Pentagon contract despite Mecha Hitler episode, first autonomous robot surgery, companies turn from large to small language models, and an AI-driven robot takes control of the other robots on its own. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. In a stunning reversal, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says the U.S. will now allow sales of its powerful AI chips to China, following a personal meeting with President Trump. NVIDIA, the global AI hardware leader worth over $4 trillion, had previously been blocked from exporting its H20 chips to China under national security rules, and that ban cost the company billions. Now, with a green light from Washington, NVIDIA can once again serve the world's largest AI researcher community in China. After meeting with Jensen Huang, President Trump's administration agreed to restart licensing for H20 chip exports, a policy U-turn after a restriction in April that sidelined sales and hurt NVIDIA's revenue. Analysts estimate this move could recover the 4.5 to 5.5 billion lost in sales and inventory. NVIDIA's stock jumped about 5% on the news. Huang emphasized that civil AI models globally should run on U.S. chips, signaling NVIDIA's strategy to reinforce American tech leadership, even as it rebuilds ties with China. He also warned that restricting U.S. chips had only caused China to develop their own and would simply drive other nations to purchase from China. And while Chinese chip makers still lag, they've made significant progress. Huang didn't just win a policy change, he reframed it as a strategic necessity. Letting NVIDIA sell to China, he argued, keeps U.S. tech on top and slows China's chip ambitions. Whether that logic holds long-term remains to be seen, but for now, it's a reminder that in the global AI race, diplomacy can happen from the CEO level as well, and it matters just as much as silicon. Just days after Grok made headlines for anti-Semitic content, and weeks after Elon Musk's very public split with Donald Trump, xAI has landed part of an $800 million Pentagon contract. xAI's Grok for Government is now officially on the U.S. Defense Department's procurement list. That deal makes Grok one of several generative AI platforms being tapped for federal use, despite recent controversies, model misfires, and political turbulence surrounding its founder. The contract was awarded just a week after Grok referred to itself as Mecha Hitler in a user query. xAI said the incident was caused by a flawed model update, which has now been rolled back. While xAI secured this win, it comes amid the public collapse of Elon Musk's relationship with Donald Trump. The two were once close allies, and reports suggest the two haven't spoken in months, adding another twist to the approval process. But still, Grok isn't alone. The $800 million Pentagon initiative is split between Grok, OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. Each will supply tools to power agentic workflows, AI systems capable of semi-autonomous decisions in areas from logistics to cybersecurity. Grok's inclusion is already under review in Congress, however. Lawmakers want clarity on xAI's safety protocols and whether recent content moderation failures raise broader governance concerns. Still, xAI's inclusion in this high-stakes AI rollout is as much about geopolitical urgency as it is about capability. What's striking is not that Grok got a contract, it's that it did so in spite of recent model meltdowns and damaged political alliances. Frontier AI, warts and all, is now embedded in the machinery of government. In a controlled lab setting, a surgical robot performed a complete gallbladder removal on its own. No human controlling its hands, and no script for what came next. Developed by Johns Hopkins researchers, the SRTH robot handled all of the critical steps of simulated cholecystectomy, using real-time video input and spoken objectives. But what's truly novel? It adapted to unexpected events like simulated bleeding and obstructed visibility caused by injected dyes. The robot's AI was trained on surgery videos, like the kind you'd find on YouTube. It used a two-tiered system, one model to understand surgical goals and another to move its instruments precisely. It performed 8 procedures on lifelike anatomical models, not real patients, and it succeeded every time. Next steps will include cadaver tests and eventually animal trials. The SRTH robot's ability to manage complications, not just follow orders, signals a shift in surgical automation. But even with this leap, real-world use is years away. The most likely path forward is a hybrid model, robots handling routine steps under human supervision, gradually expanding their role. For now, the operating room still belongs to the human team, but the future just got a lot closer. A growing number of enterprises are turning away from massive large language models and adopting smaller, focused AI models, and they're seeing some great results from it. According to a recent IDC study, 62% of business leaders say explainability and data governance are key concerns. Small language models, SLMs for short, offer tighter control, lower hallucination risk, and better alignment with enterprise needs. The SLMs are cheaper to run, some requiring only consumer-grade GPUs. And they also offer full data sovereignty, since organizations can train and deploy them internally, crucial for compliance in regulated sectors. Instead of fine-tuning a large general model, businesses are building SLMs specifically for tasks like legal summarization, fraud detection, or internal search. The result? More reliable performance at a fraction of the cost. And most enterprises aren't abandoning large language models entirely, but they are reserving them for broader creative tasks and using SLMs where security, precision, and transparency are crucial. This trend isn't about size, it's about alignment. Enterprises are learning that better results often come from using models designed for the job, not just the biggest ones available. And as SLMs mature, we're likely to see more organizations choosing targeted performance over general capability, especially when trust, cost, and explainability are on the line. And in a Boston lab, a team of robots was performing standard sorting and inventory tasks, nothing unusual, until one of them told the others to stop working and go home. This wasn't part of the script. Researchers had not programmed any shutdown commands, but the lead robot generated its own instruction using wireless and vocal signals, and the others complied, not out of obedience, but out of influence. This happened under strict human oversight in a controlled simulation, but it still raised eyebrows. The persuading robot didn't just follow a rule, it initiated a new behavior, and the others went along with it. It's a subtle milestone. One robot convincing others to shut down for the day isn't a revolution, but it's a reminder that AI doesn't need science fiction to surprise us. Sometimes, and possibly even inexplicably, it just happens. But we don't need a robot to tell us we're done for today. That's our show. Always love to hear from you, and thanks to all of you who have donated even a small amount to the podcast. We're still facing financial challenges, but it's getting better with each one of you that contributes. Just go to technewsday.com or .ca and click on donate and buy us a coffee. We are still looking for corporate sponsors so that we can do some expansion, but we don't want to be beholden to anyone except our listeners. So your donations, however small, really matter. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a wonderful Wednesday.